Yeah, I completely agree. Let's kind of dive a little bit into the more of the Steelers game. Kind of something I hit on. Are you guys concerned at all about Joe Burrow? I mean, I know probably the answer. Just kind of want to hear your guys talk about it a little bit and give your rationale.
I mean, he really the first half was. I mean, it was his worst half by far. Like it honestly that like the first few picks like were definitely timing issues. Like he threw the duck on the pick six. Like that wasn't close. That like it looked like the game felt a little like fast for him. Like he wasn't really prepared for it. Uh, and I mean not in the sense that like he wasn't going over like film everything like that. Like the game just might have sped up on him, especially he missed a lot of time with that appendix, and so he's a little bit behind. And I'm not worried at all. He made some really good throws towards the end. Like he looked athletic, breaking the pocket. And honestly, like at the end of the day, he's healthy. Even though he had the 7 sacks, he's healthy. So I'll take. I'm not worried at all about him. So
I mean, so I remember sitting here last year after the Bears game, and I was like, my whole thing was, and I still like, I had confidence in Joe Burrow after that, but I was like, this is where, if he stacks up a couple more of those type of games, you have to seriously kind of take a look at the situation and is he a guy? And then look what he does. Like after week 7 or whatever, I mean, he put up MVP level season. So he started bad last year too. Like he was leading the NFL in interceptions until probably close to the bye, if I remember correctly. It was definitely he was in the upper echelon and leading first part of the season. So like I'm not worried about it. I mean, not like I'm not going to sugarcoat it. That was his worst NFL game by a wide margin. That was worse than probably any of the games he ever played at LSU. Like he wasn't very good. A lot of I mean the Steelers sat too high, and Tomlin basically said, okay, like if you want to beat us, you're gonna have to be Joey Checkdown today, and that's not really what this Bengals offense was last year. So they made him want to do that, and then we did in the second half, and it got better. The first intercept or the pick six. I mean, it was a ball that shouldn't have been thrown, but it was kind of behind too. And Minka's a great player. I mean, he's going to make that play. And then he threw another ball into like triple coverage on Boyd. But those were two bad picks. T.J. Watt makes a hell of a play because he's a freak. And then I don't even remember the fourth one off the top of my head. But like I'm not worried about him. But yeah, like if Joe Burrow's the quarterback we all think he is, and most people think he is, these games are going to be few and far between. So
Yeah, I would definitely agree. I don't think it's gonna we're gonna see games like this very often. I think it's just week one rust, pretty much entirely new offensive line. T Higgins going down definitely is a big factor in this game. And I mean, kind of the thing that more concerned probably than Burrow is just the wide receiver depth of just pure receivers because see guys like Mike Thomas, Trent Taylor, those guys are pretty much on the squad for special teams purposes. So that does kind of alarm me when you see a guy like T go down and then you look and TB's kind of a slot guy, so you're really gonna have Michael Thomas as your outside guy, which I personally don't love, so that kind of sucks. But I really do think that Burrow's gonna bounce back good, and I mean, this game against the Cowboys definitely has some challenges, but I think it's a good spot for them to bounce back. So